Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Monica Corrado here, the GAPS chef. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Anyway, happy Tuesday. It is time for Ask the GAPS Chef. And again, Monica Corrado. My website is simplybeingwell.com. Please come and visit me there. There's lots of good information, resources, all sorts of things there for you. I am a certified GAPS practitioner. I am a teaching chef. I am the GAPS chef, and I teach with Dr. Natasha in her training programs to train CGPs and CGCs, that is GAPS practitioners and coaches. Welcome to anyone who is new here and who's never been with us before. Hello to everyone who has been here before, and thanks for coming back to visit. Just so everyone knows, for the newbies and the not so newbies, I won't call you oldies, or oldies, not oldies. Just to reiterate to, pardon me, everyone. Number one, do check the featured posts at the top of the page. There are lots of very good articles there for you to learn about. You can also find this, which is your free, GAPS introduction diet chart, free chart, double-sided. Go grab one and look at it as you go through intro if you are doing intro. This book here, my book here, yes, you can get 15% off with a coupon up there, featured posts. That is the book that teaches you how to do all, that was the intention, teaches you how to do all of the cooking techniques. Answers many questions. Do I heat raw milk? Do I not heat raw milk? Do I heat pasteurized milk? Can I use pasteurized milk? How about what kind of bones should I use for meat stock? How long should I cook different bones? How about things like, should I sprout the nuts or not? What if I can't handle nuts? What if maybe I should use seeds? What are seeds anyway? I've got mold on my beet kvass. What do I do about that? All of those things are in this book, answered in the different sections, but also in my, I guess I have FAQs in there also. And just to let people know, 2 more resources for you, right? Please, number 1, 3 resources. 1, read a book. What I mean by that is please read either the yellow book. Mine is now falling apart. You can see how much mine is falling apart. The yellow book. Yes, it is falling apart. I'm not kidding. Yipes. Read the yellow book. It's now available in many different languages. Or read the blue book. Right? This is what we call the blue book, affectionately called the blue book. Gut and Physiology Syndrome. I don't know if that's backwards for you. I hope not. That's one resource. Read a book. Number 2, go to gaps.me if you have questions about anything. Before you ask your neighbor, your friend, or someone who did GAPS for 3 years, see if Dr. Natasha has answered it. Gaps.me is her website, and she has an FAQs where she's answered hundreds of questions that are very specific. Some are very specific, some are general, about GAPS and how to implement GAPS and whether or not something works or why something's not working. So please go there. I said I was going to give you 2. I'm going to give you 3. 1 more. Go to, if you're going to ask a question on the page, ask the GAPS Chef, my page, our page together. Please first search. One of our members suggested that to me, reminded me that this was a possibility. I'm like, oh, you're entirely right. Please use the search function to find out if we've talked about it before. We've talked about a lot of things in the last year and a half. We've been together, or maybe a year and a couple of months. So use the search function. It's just at the top of our page with a little magnifying glass. Oh, I guess you go like this. Sorry, I did it wrong. Where you can type in beet kvass or sauerkraut or yeast or whatever. You can do that. So those are tools. All of you are amazing human beings. All of you are trying to do something which is really what can I say? Revolutionary in terms of sourcing and cooking your own food and making real food. You're making ferments, you're culturing things. You know, you're trying to use food to heal your symptoms, etc. So I know that you've been doing a lot of research or you wouldn't have landed here and you wouldn't have found gaps. So put your little research hats on and your that's my little Sherlock Holmes detective magnifying glass. And just look around. We've got a lot of information for you, and I hope that it's easy to find. And here we are again on our fabulous Facebook Live video. All right, so let me see who's here. Welcome again to everyone. Veronica was the first one on. Hello, Veronica. Edil is here. Hello. I hope I said that correctly. Welcome. Shadaya. I hope I said that right. Shadaya. Hello. Welcome, Angela. Hi, Angela. Thank you. I hope you're well, too. Leonie is here. Joanna is here. Good morning, Joanna. Alejandra is here. Hello, Alejandra. Hello, hello. Monique Alice is here. Hello, Monique. Carol Carpinelli. I say that like this. Sorry. Carol Carpinelli. I don't know if that's your maiden name or your married name, but from a Corrado to a Carpinelli, I say hello. Hello, Faria. Faria. Hello. Hello, Carol. Good to have you. Roseanne is here too. Hello, Roseanne. And Sierra. It could also be Chiara, but I'll say Sierra is here. Welcome, everyone. Okay, and welcome to everyone who's not saying hello, but who is here. Welcome, happy to have you, and let's get this show on the road, shall we? All right, so today I thought it would be fun to talk about kefir. Why did I think it would be fun to talk about kefir? K-E-F-I-R, milk, kefir, kafir, kefir. Say it any way you want. I mean, this is not an English word. We're all having a fun time trying to figure out how to say it, but it's that fabulous, incredible, healthy, healing, potent, cultured milk or cultured cream made with kefir culture, which is a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast, similar to what's in kombucha, but different. Both of them have these colonies. Both of them have what we call scobies, S-C-O-B-Y, symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast, yeah? And kefir, we know, is so powerful and so potent that it can, I'll say balance. I'm not going to say kill today. I'm going to say balance. It can balance microbes that are out of balance. It can balance things that are causing problems right now. I'll go ahead and say COVID, if you would like. I say that because we have a study that talks about milk kefir cultures, kefir, being very, very helpful in keeping people well against any kind of infection, really. Bacterial, fungal, viral. Some people don't believe in viruses. I'm starting to question it myself. I'd love for you all to jump on drtomcowan.com, drtomcowan.com. He has phenomenal resources where you can learn all about whether viruses are real. Okay, just offering resources, folks. Okay, so the other reason I brought this up is because there is a study that is posted in featured posts. Just go to the top and go, use your finger to go and find the post, which has the study that was done. I don't know. It comes from PubMed. I'm not sure who did the study or studies about how people stay well when they drink kefir. So I should have said at the beginning of our conversation today, which is that I'm not a medical doctor. And the FDA, nothing I say has been approved by the FDA. And I can't talk about healing. So All I do is talk about how food provides the nutrients you need for your body to heal itself. Right, everybody? The food we eat and the food we eat in GAPS will provide the nutrients, the building blocks, the resources that your body needs to heal itself. Nobody heals anybody. The food gives the body, which is innately intelligent, incredibly intelligent, gives it the resources, right, to be able to heal itself. Illness is the combination of malnutrition plus toxicity. I'm going to say it again. Illness is the combination of malnutrition plus toxicity. The GAPS diet handles or addresses both of those things because it's highly nutrient dense. It also helps give the body the resources to heal and seal, to come to balance, yeah, to bring your microbes to balance. And it also provides a detoxification protocol. So, right, illness is the combination of malnutrition plus toxicity. All right, back to kefir. 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 We're going to talk about milk kefir and kefir cream. So, kefir cream is made out of cream. Kefir is made out of milk. Always in GAPS, we are going to try and find the best quality ingredients that we can find. You all know that. You need to be sourcing well. We don't want to try and do a healing diet with toxic ingredients, right? So we find the best quality we can find, and then we apply certain cooking techniques like culturing and fermentation to make that food the easiest to digest, the most microbially active in a good way, good microbes, and yes, easiest to digest, most potent microbially, and have lots and lots of additional vitamins and nutrients that are made when we, in the case of kefir, when we culture the milk. Yeah, so kefir can be made from milk or cream. We really want it to be raw, if at all possible. If you have any issues with milk, cow milk, please start with goat milk. That's straight from Dr. Natasha's writing, her mouth, her teaching, etc. Right? We know that many people have issues with cow dairy for lots of reasons. I've probably gone into 6 or 7 of them in my book, in the Culturing Dairy chapter. Why do we have problems with cow milk? Yeah, lots of reasons. So work with goat milk if you have any issues with cow, or goat dairy if you have any issues with cow. And then again, if cow doesn't work and you try goat and goat doesn't work, then try sheep. If sheep doesn't work, then try something else. I have people that are trying camel milk. That's fine. That they live in the Middle East, no problema. We love it. They can get it. We have people trying all sorts of milk, water buffalo milk, whatever. Just try to get a good, clean, raw milk. That will be best. Now, if you can't get good, clean, raw milk, then let's get the best quality we can find of pasteurized milk. So what are you looking for? Organic, at least in the US, really. Organic is about the only label right now that we really can stand by. It's the only thing. It's just what we've got. So organic, grass-fed, otherwise known as pastured. They're on pasture, right? So organic, grass-fed, whole milk, right? Certainly no fillers. I have seen milk in the U.S. that has food coloring added to it. Anyway, another story for another time. certainly without vitamin D added. You'll see that on labels too. So, organic, grass-fed or pastured, whole, that means not skim, that means not 2% or 1% or 1.5%, whole, the way milk comes right out of the animal, right? God makes whole milk. God does not make skim milk, believe it or not. Humans do, and then we get sick and malnourished. All right. And it needs to be, if it's pasteurized, make sure it's not ultra high temperature pasteurized. That's otherwise known as UHT. We don't want UHT pasteurization. That means that the milk was exposed to very high heat. So low temperature. And unhomogenized if you can get it. So, or non-homogenized. That means that they did not mix the cream into the milk. It means you'll see a cream line on the top. There'll actually be a cream line. This is my water bottle. You'll see a cream line, like if the milk came to here, the cream might come to here if it was left and not stirred for a while. Okay, those are the things that you are looking for if you're going to get milk that's pasteurized. Do the best you can. Okay, let's talk more about kefir. So you can make kefir cream, which people love. I love it. I can eat it with a spoon. It's like my favorite thing on the planet. Kefir cream. Why would we make kefir cream versus milk? Cream, we remember, I've taught this before, but just to put it in your mind again, we remember that cream is high-fat dairy, and high-fat dairy is very easy or easier for the body to digest than high-protein dairy, number one. Number two, cream, high-fat dairy is what's indicated if you are prone to constipation, right? Constipation is everything's all stuck up. Give me some grease. Maybe you'll think of that next time you're constipated. I don't know. Anyway, so cream is when everything's clogged and stuck. How do you get things to move? You add grease. What is grease? Fat. What is fat in what we're talking about right now? It is cream. So kefir cream can be very good for people who are prone to constipation, as well as, Gap sour cream, which is really just cultured cream. High-fat dairy if you're prone to constipation. High-protein dairy if you're prone to diarrhea, loose bowels. Okay, so whey would be the best thing to use for people who are prone to loose bowels. Also yogurt and kefir. That's just milk kefir. Okay? All right, so there's kefir cream and there is milk kefir. Let's talk about kefir cream first. How do you make kefir cream? Well, you get some fabulous raw cream from your raw milk. You may need to skim it off the top. That's fine, no problema. Might take you 1 to 2 to 3 days to see that cream come to the top of your beautiful raw milk. Then you just scoop it off, ladle it off into a separate jar separate jar. And then for kefir cream, there are 2 ways that are optimal in terms of what Dr. Natasha teaches, and that is either use kefir starter packet. It's a packet of starter, okay, that you buy. Cultures for Health is a great place to get it. I don't know other ones, so I'm happy to talk about other good places for kefir starter. I just know that Cultures for Health online is a good company. They really love to educate, and they've been around for a long time, probably since as long as I've been teaching this stuff. So a packet of kefir is your starter for kefir cream, or you can also use kefir that you made as a starter for kefir cream. Now, a lot of people like to use kefir grains to make kefir cream. When you're working, Dr. Natasha does not recommend that. That's in her book. She's pretty clear about it. People still do it, which is fine if it works for you. The only difficulty using grains in kefir cream, to make kefir cream in heavy cream, is that sometimes they get clogged up or coated, and they just are not going to be as effective. They won't be able to reproduce as well. You may want to rinse them in between. Kefir grains actually work very well with pasteurized cream. Why? Because pasteurized cream is not as thick as raw cream. So it's a thickness factor. All right. I want to answer a question that lots of people ask me, and this is new according to the Blue Book. So, Blue Book. This is an update, if you will, update to Yellow Book. Update is that Dr. Natasha says clearly she believes that kefir culture, right, the grains, the packet, etc., probably the grains, are strong enough to overcome any pathogens that might be growing in the milk. Now, don't go crazy. You don't want to get a glass of cream or a glass of raw milk or even pasteurized milk, which would be even more more problematic or more possible. I'll clean that up in a minute. You don't want to get something that you know has already spoiled. It's already putrefied, right? You already have taken your pasteurized milk and it smells really bad and it's gone sour. Sour pasteurized milk should be thrown away. Do not drink it. Sour pasteurized cream should be thrown away. Do not drink it. That's called putrefaction. Bad news bears, throw it out. But what she has said is that if you take, people say all the time, well, if I have pasteurized cream or pasteurized milk, do I have to heat it before I add the kefir starter? And the answer is no. Write that down. Big point. Spread it all around. Tell all your friends. The latest and greatest from Dr. Natasha in the Blue Book is that her belief is that the kefir cultures, the yeast and bacteria in kefir, are strong enough to overcome any pathogens that might have grown in just good old pasteurized milk that you buy at the store. Okay? So I just want, just so you're clear, so whether it's raw cream or raw milk or pasteurized cream or pasteurized milk that you're working with, when you're working with kefir, Dr. Natasha says now, according to the Blue Book, so that means it's just recent from the beginning of GAPS, that you do not have to heat the milk first. That is different from yogurt, folks. Okay, if you're going to make yogurt, we're always going to, and you're using pasteurized milk, we're going to bring it up to 180, which I think is 43, I think, Celsius. I'm sorry, I don't have my little cheat sheet here. And Mara would bop me if she could put it in there if she's here. Anyway, so, and then back down to 110. In any case, so I hope I'm making this clear. The point I'm trying to make here, folks, is as of the publishing of the Blue Book, which was October of 2019, wasn't it? Let's look. October of 2020. Okay, October of 2020. You do not have to heat milk or cream, pasteurized or raw, for when you make kefir. Okay, hope that's clear. Ta-da! All right. Okay, so if you're going to make kefir, again, this is the milk kefir, which is what we usually just call kefir. You can use kefir from a previous batch that you've made as a starter. You can use a kefir starter packet. You can use kefir grains. Any of those three will make kefir. You could even use kefir whey, but it's going to take a long time to actually work. Less bacteria and yeast in just the kefir whey. So very, very easy. I personally am talking with people and saying, we know the GAPS diet has yogurt and kefir in it, and it has kefir cream, and it has GAPS sour cream, which is cultured cream, otherwise known as creme fraiche. Those are all the same thing, so everybody's clear. GAPS sour cream equals cultured cream equals creme fraiche, or GAPS sour cream, aka cultured cream, also known as aka creme fraiche, right? They're all the same. So, all of those things. The GAPS diet has all of those things in it. And one of the things I've been telling anyone who will listen, especially in this crazy environment where everybody's quote unquote getting sick and we have to be afraid of things that could jump into our bodies, which I do not believe at all. It's the terrain, folks. It's the terrain, the terrain, the terrain. Meaning, how healthy are you when you come across someone who's very sick? Will you be able to maintain your health or will you go down? So, kefir is one of the ways we maintain good health. It's one of the ways we get back to health. We reclaim our health. We balance our microbiome. And we stay well in the face of anything that's blowing around the planet. All right. I think that's probably enough for now. I hope. I don't know. I hope I elucidated some things for you. Illuminated, elucidated, made clear. Hope so. Let me know if you have questions about any of that. But I'll but I'll answer this. I'll conclude this piece of our conversation today with this. If you can get up to tolerating a cup of kefir a day, milk kefir, you will, my experience has been, you will be well and you will stay well and you will be healing. A cup, 2 cups a day. Some people are doing up to a quart. This is a quart, 4 cups. Almost same amount-ishness as a liter, right? Of kefir a day as an adult. I mean, that's like a meal. Who needs to eat lunch when you're drinking a quart of kefir? You will be well. You will become healed. It will really serve you very well to keep you well, to rebalance your microbiome, and to clear so many things that have been out of balance for you for a long time. Whether it's skin, whether it's fungal, whether it's fungal / yeast, whether it's skin, whether it's eczema, whether it's digestive, whether it's in your sinuses, doesn't matter. Drink that kefir. Make it yourself and drink it. Slowly. Again, folks, don't go out there. Monica said, Chef Monica said I'm supposed to drink a quart of kefir a day. I'm going to go do that. You'll be vomiting for a week. Start slowly. Start with a teaspoon a day. Or start with a tablespoon a day. Start with a swig a day. Don't drink out of the bottle because then you'll be contaminating, but just a little bit, right? Start with a little bit every day. Gradually increase the amount you're taking in. And remember, again, everyone, to manage die-off. Manage your die-off. Yeah? That means, up to you, but I'd rather not have you, drink a quart of kefir, vomit all day, and be on the couch for a week. That's not my preferred way to heal, right? Start with a little bit, gradually work your way up with every probiotic food you're working with. Start with a little bit, gradually increase. For some people, that means a drop, and that's fine. For some people, it means we start with a teaspoon, and that's fine. For some people, we start with 1/8 of a teaspoon, and that's fine. Start where you can, and then gradually increase. Do not rush the healing. Listen to your body. The symptoms are signs. It's trying to tell you something. All right, let's move on. Let's see. What have we got? I'm scrolling. Carol says, I have used the search engine and it works great. Yes. Thanks, Carol. Yes, everyone use that little search function. See what you can find. We've talked about a lot of things and hopefully you can find your answer. If you can't, throw it on the page. We have a lot of wonderful members here. You're all wonderful, but some people have more experience and more time on gaps, and they really help out by answering questions and by tagging me. So to those of you who are tagging me, thank you. Because if you don't tag me, some days I don't see. Even if I'm on the page, I won't even see the post. It's the weirdest thing. Facebook, God bless us. Okay. Hello, Tara is here. Yay. Hello, Jamad. Hello, Uma. Hello, Uma. Hello, Hamda. Hey, Dawn is here. Say hello to my favorite state, Maryland. Hello, Efren. Efren is here. Hey, Efren. Monique is here. All right. Let's see. So, Dawn loves sheep milk. I'm so happy. All right. Lots of good questions. Okay, good questions about kefir. Let's move. Okay, let's see. Okay, Tara asks, does everyone just eat kefir plain? Depends on where you are on the diet. So we remember if you're on the intro diet, we're not adding fruit to the diet until stage 5. So if you're on intro stage 5 or stage 6, you're welcome to add fruit, whatever fruit you tolerate. If you're on the full GAPS diet and you started there, you're welcome to add fruit right from the beginning. Berries are usually best. Dark berries are really good. Blueberries, blackberries, boysenberries, huckleberries. Strawberries tend to be pretty sweet. Banana, lots of sugar in banana. So just watch the fruit intake. Okay. All right, Uma asks, hi, Monica. I am doing an enema. My kid, 5 years and near 2 years. How often can we use the enema? So, Uma, so a couple things. If you're doing first of all, for everyone who's new, know that Dr. Natasha has a lot of really good information on enemas and children. Additional information on enemas and children in the blue book. So please look there. Lots of additional info from the yellow book. We use enemas for children and adults for 2 reasons. Well, maybe there are more, but 2 are coming to mind right now. One is if they are constipated. So if anyone is constipated, you may do what we call a basic enema, which is baking soda and salt. And you can do that every day. No problem. No problema. Do it every day. If you're doing enemas to detoxify, specifically a coffee enema, this is not for children, but for adults, remember to do a basic enema first and then a coffee enema. We never just do a coffee enema. You just don't go in and do coffee because we want to clear the bowel first. So you want to do a basic enema first and then coffee, folks. And you know, there are some people that do a coffee enema every day because they feel better because they're less toxic. Some people do it twice a day. So for children, you can certainly do a basic enema every day. No problem. All right, I hope that was helpful. Yay, Dawn loves sheep milk. Hello. Okay, Joanna says. Joanna asks, how is the nutritional value of kefir affected when we drain the whey from it? Does draining the whey make the kefir lower in protein? Yes. And therefore less likely to cause constipation? Maybe. Okay, good question here. Thoughtful question here. So we all know that whey is solid protein. Meaning that's what it is. Whey is protein. So when you drain the whey out of the kefir, you'll have less protein in the kefir. Yes. So yes, it may be less likely to cause constipation. However, remember now you've dried it out. So now you've got kefir cheese. And so how do you counter constipation or dryness with liquid? So it's kind of like this, Joanna. I think it's probably just while you're draining the whey and therefore you'll have less protein, so therefore maybe less constipating. You're also drying it out because you're making it more solid, which could also be constipating. If you have people who have a problem, have a challenge, if any of you have a challenge with constipation, I personally would not do kefir at all. For a while, I would do kefir cream. Because you're getting kefir, which is very potent, and you're getting cream. It's getting the fat, which will help things move. Hope that was helpful. Hello, Faria. Okay, Faria, how do we safely store extra kefir grains? So you put it in milk. I have in my book, we call it a milk hotel. It's just a silly little name because we want them to be comfortable and have food. and go to sleep for a little while. So we just put the grains in a jar of milk. We put it in the refrigerator. Now, some people believe that those kefir grains should get fresh milk every day. Keeps them more potent. Other people believe that you should do it once a week. At least once a week, they should get new milk. Now, if there are people in your home that are able to drink kefir, but not on the GAPS diet, you could give them that Milk Hotel kefir. It won't be, my guess, my deduction is that it won't be as lactose free, if you will, as kefir would be. So you could give it to other people in your family who are not concerned about lactose. Other people like to store their grains in the freezer, which is they take some grains, they put it in some raw milk or some milk, whatever the best quality milk they have, and then they freeze them so that they can have them later. So if you are just starting out on GAPS and you are creating a lot of grains because you have some nice robust grains and you can't give them away fast enough, share, you may wish to freeze some for later. Hope that's helpful. All right, let's see. Tara also asks, food does not need to be organic if it is essentially raised organic, correct? I found someone who has 155 acres and the cows just live off the land. Excellent question, Tara. Yes. So what organic does for us is it just gives us standards, right? So no, your farmer does not have to be quote unquote certified organic. Many farmers can't do it. It's a big process to get certified. It's a lot of paperwork. It costs money, so forget it. But you want to ask questions like, do the cows have access to clean pasture? Do they have access to clean water? Is anyone spraying glyphosate near his field? Right? But no, it doesn't have to be certified organic. It just helps us to have some idea of how those animals were raised and what kinds of foods they didn't eat. Genetically modified foods, bad things like that. So no, things do not have to have the exact organic label. They don't have to be certified organic. But you, as the GAPster that you are, all of you, need to go out there and put on your little investigator hats and bring out your little magnifying glass and start looking around to see, hey, ask those tough questions. Are those cows eating any grain? Yes or no? The answer needs to be no, right? That kind of thing. So as long as you know the questions to ask, it doesn't have to be organic, it doesn't be certified organic, etc. We just want to make sure that farmers are doing the best they can to raise those cows or those chickens or whoever, the little sheep, the pigs, etc., in a way that is clean, in a way that is stewarding the land, in a way that is stewarding the animals, that kind of thing. Hope that helps. All right. Hey, Lee. Lee made it too. Hey, Annika made it too. Hello, Annika. Hello, Glenda. Hello, Haboon. Hello, Cedra. Wee, who else is here? Nicole Pelosi. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Elizabeth. Look at all these folks. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Nina. Woohoo. All right. Hello, Jody. All right, we're moving here. Sunitha. I love it. All right, let me get through these and let's see how well I can do. Lee asks, can you switch back and forth between cow and goat milk making kefir? Yes. So, yes, you can switch back and forth. Some people say that some people have had the experience where if they've been doing cow milk for a very long time and then they switch to kefir, sometimes the grains kind of have a lull in potency for a while till they get used to the new one. They get used to goat or they get used to sheep. So other people have had really good success going back and forth. They're doing cow, goat, water buffalo, cow, goat, water buffalo. I don't know. So yes, you can do it. Do not wig out. Don't freak out, everybody. Just if the kefir looks different, if it tastes a little different, you know what you're doing. Just give it a couple of days to get back online. If it starts looking like, well, it's not as potent, it doesn't taste as good as it did, well, let it sit for a little bit while longer. No worries. Good questions. Okay, Joanna asks, at what temperature does kefir lose its probiotic properties? What do you think, my dear? When I add cultured cream or any cultured dairy to meat stock, I let the meat stock cool first. Yes, but I don't know if I'm letting it cool enough for the dairy item to retain. Yes. So that's really good. Is 110 degrees hard and fast, or is there wiggle room? Oh, no. So 110 degrees is the number, ish, right? It's really between a 105 and 115. So where enzymes are killed, right? Between 105 and 115 F, everybody, for those who are around the world, Fahrenheit. That's for enzymes being killed. In terms of probiotic bacteria, yeah, they can withstand higher temperatures. One of the things that Dr. Natasha says is if you can put your finger in the meat stock and not burn, you're good. Or if you can put some meat stock on your wrist, you're good. That used to be the baby bottle test, but we don't give bottles to our babies anymore. Yeah? So yes, you definitely have wiggle room with bacteria. You do not have wiggle room with enzymes. That makes sense. Nicole Pelosi. So 24-hour yogurt is still heated first. No, that's not really what I said. 24-hour yogurt depends on whether you are using raw milk or pasteurized milk and what method you're using. So folks, if you are using the thermos method, then yes, you're going to bring it up to 180. This is pasteurized, down to 110, add your culture, put it in a thermos. If you're using a yogurt maker, usually you can just put the milk in and let the yogurt maker do its work. I hope that's helpful. All right, I'm going back and forth from banana BMs. That's so funny. Sorry, I haven't heard it that way, but it's fun. To diarrhea while consuming the kefir. So Nicole, yes, kefir is incredibly strong. That will happen. Watch your body, see how you feel. Your body may just be saying, I need more time, I need more time. Yeah? To incorporate the good bacteria and yeast in the kefir. So, diarrhea we really don't want. Banana BMs are not so bad. So, keep working the kefir. I'd also be working with whey right now. That may help firm up the stools. Faria asks, do we need a new kefir starter every time we make kefir cream from raw cream? Or can we just reuse it like milk kefir? No, if you use, very good question. If you're making kefir cream and you use a starter packet, you can, what I call it is previous batch. You can save some of that kefir, and I have that all written down in my book. How much to save per every pint or every quart. You can save some, don't eat it all, to inoculate the next batch, and you can keep doing that. Good question. Okay, here we go. Woohoo! Shadia, I'm sorry. Solomon, so happy to have found you. Welcome, welcome. I've been sick for 11 plus years, I'm sorry, and I haven't been able to eat fats in several years. I don't have the typical nausea feeling, but my legs get very achy instead. So I'm thinking liver being toxic. Not sure if I need a good ox bile. Okay, I would absolutely, anyone who has any problem tolerating fat, get on ox bile. Now, that is a supplement that Dr. Natasha talks about. She is fine with people using it in the beginning, or if you really need it to tolerate fats, no problem. You may want to look at different milligrams. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not prescribing. I'm just trying to tell you what's out there. What's out there are 125 milligrams, 250, and 500 of ox bile. So, again, I'm always suggesting to people start low, see if it's enough. If one capsule of 125 doesn't do it, you can try 250. That kind of thing, everybody, right? So, all ox bile is not the same in terms of the amount of milligrams of bile. Your legs get very achy. I would anyone who's not tolerating fat should be working on their liver. Okay, I said that clearly. All right, I bought milk thistle tincture. That's nice. I love milk thistle. Is wonderful for the liver, folks. Milk thistle is an herb that helps the liver regenerate. It's like another practitioner friend of mine called it a hug for the liver. Milk thistle is a hug for the liver. Makes your liver go, oh, thank you. Okay. Does it cause die-off? I'm not sure that using milk thistle will cause die-off. I think my understanding is it's just a support for the liver. Now, if your liver starts being able to detox more effectively, more efficiently from the milk thistle, you may experience a little bit of die-off because you're getting more, right? You're detoxing more. So just slow and steady, see how you do with it. A good ox bile supplement. I tried. Okay, so way more exhausted, more nerve pain. Okay, so nerve pain. I love homeopathics for nerve pain, specifically hypericum, but I'm not a homeopath, so I can't tell you. You just have to look it up. I would look at Allergy Research Group. Let me start in another place, everyone. Another resource for everyone. GAPSdiet.com. GAPSdiet.com has a lot of these supplements that are quote-unquote GAPS approved, I guess you would call it. So you can find it there. All right. Hello, Nina. All right, let me see what else is happening. Hi, Carol Higginson. Carol Slinden asks, you said work your way up to 1 cup of kefir. Yes, it's the same for all of it. Whenever you are adding any cultured dairy to your diet or any probiotic food to your diet, we start with very little and we slowly increase. Slowly meaning sometimes you're going to hang out on 1 teaspoon for 3 or 4 days and then go to 2 teaspoons on day 5. And be there for 5, 6, and 7. And then go to 3 teaspoons on day 8. Slowly. Yes. A couple things, actually, who was I just talking with? I was just talking with, Shadia. I hope I said it right. Or Shadia. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but you know who you are. Everyone, go to the video, the Facebook Live I did on liver health. If you can't find it under past events, go to my YouTube channel, Monica Corrado, find liver health. Everybody go take a look at that one. It will be helpful to you, I hope. Okay, Carol Carpinelli asks, I have started on homemade yogurt, gradually increasing to control die-off. Good. I know the die-off for kefir is stronger than yogurt. Should I continue on the yogurt before I start kefir? I am up to a little over 1/4 cup of yogurt. Really up to you, Carol. If you could get jiggy, I love that expression. That means you get comfortable, really comfy with, a 1/2 cup of yogurt a day. And then, so that's double where you are now. And then go ahead and start kefir. That might be a really good plan. Again, it's up to you, but you are correct that kefir is stronger. Die-off is stronger than yogurt. That's because it has so many more cultures in it. So I personally would suggest that you get up to about a 1/2 cup a day of yogurt and then start introducing kefir. But up to you. Listen to your body. It knows best. You're welcome, Uma. Okay. Nina. I love that last name. I wish I could not butcher it. Pavlovikova. Pavlovichova. Never mind. How many eggs do you think that my 7-year-old boy, as many as he wants. As many as he wants. Eggs are the perfect food. Perfect nutrition. As many as he wants. Yeah. I would do them different ways. Raw yolks here and there. Russian custard. In Gap shakes. You can put egg yolks in cultured cream with a little bit of honey. Oh my God. I'm going to do that when we're done. As many as he wants. 2, 3, 4. Whatever he wants. Whatever he would like is good. You're welcome. Just make sure that they are, best quality eggs you can find. That's all. All right. Sunita. Okay, he loves eggs scrambled. Eats 4 for breakfast, 4 for dinner. Yes. It's fabulous. Just make sure he's getting good fats, good salt. Yeah. Good fats, good salt, good probiotic foods. Yes. I love that he's eating that. Margaret. Hello. Maria. She made it. Woohoo. Monique asks, how much kefir should I start with a 2-year-old and how much should I work up to? So for everyone, pretty much Dr. Natasha says usually start with a teaspoon. That's her. Start with a teaspoon of kefir, start with a teaspoon of yogurt, start with a teaspoon of sauerkraut juice, start with a teaspoon. However, really depends on your comfort level. If you want to start with, if you think that he's reactive or he could be, start with a half a teaspoon. Some people we start with the amount that fits on the head of a pin. It's all perfect. So just find a place that's kind of low, a teaspoon or less for your 2-year-old. And then work up to, I don't know, 2-year-old. Half a cup a day. That would be nice. Half a cup for a 2-year-old, maybe more. Cup. Good. Alejandra, I know, I saw that. Alejandra says, I posted a picture today with kefir looking fuzzy on top. Are the grains still good or are they lost? So I would just try, are they lost? Like definitely no. They're not definitely lost. I would scrape off that mold and throw it out. I would rinse your kefir grains in pure water, not chlorinated water, filtered water, spring water, etc. And I would see if they will, give it a try. If it turns out that your kefir, has a weird texture or like slimy or something, then I would start over, get new ones. Probably you just, I'm not really sure why that would happen. Certainly, it's not that you had too many kefir grains that would make that happen. Trying to think. It's like a yeast strain got in there that wasn't good for some reason. Anyway, Alejandra, I hope that helps. Okay. Lisa Bitlow is here. Hello, Lisa. You're welcome, Monique. Okay, Joanna says, is freezing kefir okay? Kefir ice cream. Yes! Use it for everything. Make kefir ice cream. Make yogurt ice cream, which is, not that horrible frozen yogurt stuff out there. But yeah, let it fly. Use it, make pops of kefir for children. Put berries in it, freeze them over the summer, give it to them. Yum, yum, yum. Slowly, obviously, you don't go from it you wouldn't give a whole kefir pop to a child who's never had kefir in their life, or you're going to have a very unhappy child, and then you will be a very unhappy mama. All right. Oh, look at this. Is it true that not all kefir grains are the same and have different potency? How do we source the best kefir grains? Yeah. I mean, it would be true. Some kefir grains will be more robust than others. It may have to do with how old they are. It may have to do with where they came from. It may have to do with what was their original source. I would, again, my favorite right now anyway, because I haven't seen anybody else, my favorite source for kefir grains, if it's not your local Weston A. Price chapter leader, it's another resource for you. WestonAPrice.org, local chapters, who give these things away all the time for nothing. It would be Cultures for Health. culturesforhealth.com. Check them out. They have very good quality, very good people. Lots of educational videos for you to watch. Okay. Oh, Joanna, sure. I love it. Thanks for that little prompt. Want to talk about using it in the bathroom or the bedroom? Yes. So, yes. So, Dr. Natasha, I talked about how to stay well with kefir. Well, here's another way. One is using it in the bathroom. So if you are wanting to get pregnant, if you're a woman, even if you're a guy and you want your spouse or partner to get pregnant, or you have any kind of yeast infections. Sometimes women have vaginal yeast infections. Sometimes men have, what is that called? Jock itch. What do you think jock itch is? Babies have diaper rash. What will heal it all? Kefir. So yes, Dr. Natasha loves to tell people, it's in the blue book. I like the word bucket. Keep a bucket of kefir in your bathroom. Of course, a bucket's probably too big, but you can keep a bowl of kefir in the bathroom. And then every time you go to the bathroom, women and men, you can lather up with some, take a little kefir in your hand and put it in your groin. If you have vaginal yeast infections, you can use it internally. Again, jock itch, groin, diaper rash, all over what we call the nappy area. Yeah, if you're trying to get pregnant, you just populate that area with good bacteria and yeast. Yeah, the bedroom. Did I get it right? Am I missing anything? I think that's probably enough. I think I got it with pregnancy. So you can use kefir topically. You have eczema, kefir topically. There's an article I wrote in featured posts that talks about eczema, kefir. Put it on your skin. What else can we talk about? You have mouth issues. This is good. You have cavities. You have gum disease. You have bleeding gums. You have sore throat. What can you do? Rinse with kefir. You just take some kefir and swish it. Wasn't that cute? Swish it all around your mouth for a few seconds, 10, 20, 30 seconds. You can swallow it after that. You can spit it out. So you can use it in your mouth. Oh my God, if you're nursing a child, kefir on the nipples. Really great idea. Just a little bit, once in a while. Start slowly. Really good. Let that baby get it. Put on your finger. Stick your finger in kefir. Let your child suckle it right off. Fantastic way to keep your child well. What else can we think about? Sinus infections. Kefir up my nose. It's true. That's probably enough. I don't know if I missed anything, Joanna, but you're getting the idea. Kefir is multi-use, folks. Multi-use. And meaning it can keep you well. It can heal other things if you have things going on. Please, please, please make sure you're making it so it's lactose-free. That would be GAPS compliant. Leonie asks, do you have to tolerate kefir well to use it as a mouthwash, but will spit it out? No, you don't. Very good question. Nope, you don't have to tolerate it well. You just have to, you can put it in your mouth, swish and spit, and it'll help whatever's going on in your mouth and your sinuses, etc. Yeah, no, you don't have to tolerate it well. The other thing I want to let folks know, and then we'll close because we're right at the end of time now, is that this came up on our page a couple of days ago, I think. Maybe it was when I just came back from the East Coast, and that is this. When you're sick, you can absolutely increase the amount of probiotic foods that you're taking. So let's say you were up to like a quarter cup of sauerkraut a day, but then you get sick for some reason. You can really take a lot more sauerkraut juice in, kefir in, because the body will use those microbes to counteract, to help you come back to balance. Alejandra, last question. Does increasing kefir intake cause weight gain for a person? It should not. It should not. It should not. Why? Because those microbes, because you're using the kefir to bring your microbes to balance, and often what happens is we're gaining weight because our microbes are in a state of dysbiosis. Now, if you find that you're eating a pint of kefir cream a day, yeah, that'll probably cause weight gain over time. Why? Because cream is very, very high in calories. But remember, every human body is different. Our history is different. Our symptoms or signs or imbalances are different. Our ability to tolerate fat and milk, right, calories are different. And frankly, we just have to allow the body the time, right? Allow the body the time to heal. I want to close with that, everyone. What I want to say is GAPS is not a silver bullet. GAPS is not a pill. GAPS is nutrition and detoxification, right? I started talking today about how people are sick because they are malnourished, sometimes for decades. They're malnourished, and sometimes they're even injured by the food that they eat because it's genetically modified, because it has glyphosate, because it's full of dyes, because it's full of high fructose corn syrup, because it has no nutritional value, because it's processed, because it has soy all over it and in it, etc., etc., etc. People are malnourished. I weep for the generations being born today. I do. Ask anybody. My husband, my son, etc., my family. I just do. I weep. Okay, so one more time with feeling. Illness is the consequence of malnutrition plus toxins. GAPS gives you all the nutrition. It actually helps to fix, repair. No, it gives your body the nutrients it needs to fix and repair. Yeah? Whatever's broken. And then we detoxify. All right, that's what we've got for today. I hope it was helpful. I hope to see you all on the page. Ask the GAP Chef. Please do go ahead and tag me. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone. Take good care of yourselves. Take good care of each other. And I will see you in a week's time and on the page. Be well, everyone. Bye now.